Apologies there, chat. How are we, Reds? There we go. Let's start again. Welcome, everyone. Hope you have all had a very good end to your weekend anyway, and you enjoyed the game. Let me know, Reds, if you did stay up and watch it, and your general thoughts on, and if you did see the highlights when you woke up this morning, how you felt about the overall performance that you watched. Very comfortable performance. Really do appreciate all the new subscribers on the channel as well. We do watch alongs, we do daily news shows as well, transfer news shows as the season does progress when the window is open, but predominantly we do a lot of content throughout the season as well, Reds. Anyone just tuning in as well, you're absolute legends. For all the new subscribers, there's still a large percentage of yous, 55.9% of the viewers that do click on the videos or do watch the videos haven't already subscribed. So if you're one of them, drop a subscribe as well, so you'd always do get notified, especially in the transfer window. We know how quickly transfer stories can very much catapult in relation to Liverpool. Look at the Fabinho transfer that happened literally over the space of like 24 hours. We were linked with him, and then he was at Liverpool, and that was boxed off, and he become a Red, and that's very much probably the potential formalities really for the coming days, coming weeks as well, as we creep towards the end of the transfer window. It's so we're going to be speaking about obviously Joe Gomez, as I said when I was on mute, which was a great start, looking like he will be wanting to fight for his Liverpool place in the Liverpool team. So we'll speak about that. Speak about the Manchester United game as well. Want to gauge your thoughts and opinions, really, most importantly, Reds, on how impressed you were. If you stayed up into the early hours in the UK, let me know. And if you did watch the highlights as well, what really stood out for you? And then obviously we'll speak about the Fabio Carvalho bid. What does that mean for Liverpool, not just for this season, but in terms of the potential future bids coming in as well? Obviously the manager Russell Martin at Southampton, very glowing in his praise as well. We'll speak about his comments and obviously speak about his quotes, and I've got a bit more transfer news bits and bobs as we progress on today's stories as well. But firstly, we'll get to everyone's comments. You're absolute legends. Nice one there, chat. Apologies there, boys. And 100%. How are you, lads? Geordie, how are we, mate? Big up. I haven't seen you in the comments for a while, mate, but I hope you are well. Geordie, how's your pre-season going in terms of Newcastle perspective? I really haven't seen your results, if he's been winning or whatnot. It's full force, I assume. Yeah, Geordie, it's full force, but it's very controlled as well at the same time. I think you're going to be watching Liverpool trying to keep hold of the ball a lot more and try and very much penetrate teams a lot more, with the idea of just getting in behind a lot more quicker, with a lot more accuracy, really, to say the least. But big up there, mate. Massive thank you for all the new subscribers as well. A big show that we done last night. And as I said, not just last night's show, but over the last week as well. You've all been smashing it, and it is very much appreciated. It hasn't gone unnoticed as well on the channel, but I really do appreciate you all tuning in. And hopefully, you just get a bit of information and do enjoy the shows, and hopefully you do enjoy the community that we've built as well. Very close to 6,000, which is amazing. And then we aim for 10,000 as well. Rome wasn't built in a day anyway, as we know. But big up there, Matthias. Evening, I did watch the game, winning 3-0, but it was very worried at times, especially in the build-up of the play. It is so evident that we need a number 6 to stabilise that midfield as well. The main thing, Matthias, as we know, chat, if you've been away from social media today, the main lads have more or less joined up at the training facility in the AXA training facility in England, back in Kirby anyway. So you've got Joe Gomez back, Diaz back, Trent back, Cody Gakpo, and obviously Virgil van Dijk as well, El Capitano. The only player we're still waiting on, who had a little bit of an extended break, was obviously Alisson Becker as well. Obviously, he might have just gone and seen his family as well. It's been a very, very difficult couple of years for Alisson Becker, so he does deserve that bit more time off anyway. He's constantly busy. He's more like he literally has no rest in between playing for Brazil and playing for England as well, so it's understandable. He's been in an absolute credit to Liverpool and even Brazil as well. Sad that some Brazilian fans don't really rate him, which is a bit mad. Well, each to their own, really. Big up there, Paul. How are we, mate? Isaac is balling. Hope he continues and doesn't get injured. That's the main thing, Geordie. The big issue with Isaac, not just his Newcastle career, but even his Sociedad. He's a player with immense ability, but it's whether he can keep that consistent level of fitness up. And certainly, he's one of the most clinical. I'd say one of the most clinical forwards, not just in the Premier League, but in the whole of Europe, top 5 leagues, really. He's there when you get him in, especially the goals he scored past Liverpool. I remember the first game he played against Liverpool, and he literally hadn't even played a game. Did he get injured that game? But I think he put the ball in the back of the net twice. I don't know if I think it was one goal onside and the other one was offside. But yeah, but it's going to be interesting chat. So I made up the lads have come back. The main crop of players really that. And going back to Matthias' comment there, great. I understand where you're coming from, Matthias, but I think any team would miss the quality of the lads that are coming in now, really. It's going to be interesting to see what Arne does in terms of just, he doesn't really analyse the players. Obviously, he would have watched Liverpool with an outside glance, really, in terms of, he knows about all the skill sets of Trent, Gakpo, obviously Virgil van Dijk, and even Joe Gomez as well. But we'll get to the, obviously, Carvalho story as well, firstly. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, that is correct. A £15 million bid has been lodged by Southampton, and it is very much been the case that Liverpool have firmly rejected it. What are you thinking, Reds? 15 million? What is your rough estimate, really, would you sell Carvalho for? I know a lot of people might jump at 15 million and go, oh, but in terms of the form in which he's been shown at Liverpool in pre-season so far, I think Kev alluded to it on the watch along last night when we spoke to yous. Is Kev more or less alluded, saying that we're probably keeping over for a bit more longer time, really, and obviously it's just a formality, really, that we do get a lot more bids. Just quickly get Russell Martin's comments up on Fabio Carvalho as well. So obviously, in terms of anyone's been away today, Fabio Carvalho has already clarified Liverpool's future after 15 million transfer response as well. In terms of Carvalho, said at the time, I can only hope so, in relation to ask about what if he hopes to get first team football. This was obviously in the build up to the American preseason games. Quickly quote him, I only hope so, not just for me, but for everyone coming in. There's a new gaffer. Everyone has got a chance to impress, and we'll just go from there. And also, as long as we keep working hard, that's the main thing, and that's what I'm trying to make the most out of. I want to obviously do the defensive stuff first. He knows what qualities I have, and it's good to have someone that was always on to me as well, making sure I'm okay, and getting to know the gaffer a lot more in terms of his tactical understanding. So in terms of the bids today, it's anticipated, not just Southampton. Russell Martin spoke about today. You can check it out on all Sky Sports and social media feeds as well, more or less saying, confirming that there was a £15 million bid in. I'd be, if Liverpool can somehow get up to 25 million for Carvalho, but I can understand where certain Liverpool fans out there might sway in the notion of, oh, maybe keep hold of them. But I think in terms of when you look at the players, the player profiles, really, Seth Vandenberg, Carvalho, Nat Phillips, Endo as well. I think if Liverpool can somehow garner in and around 60 to even 70 million for those players that I've mentioned, probably unrealistic, that target. But if Liverpool can somehow get 25 million, I think, considering the amount of teams, Russell Martin today said that there's a lot of teams in for them, not just Southampton. So if Liverpool can somehow generate kind of a bit more of a bidding war in reality, I think Southampton have played their hands very early on not early on in the transfer window, considering we've not signed anyone just yet. But it's I think if we can get 25 to 30 million for Carvalho, I think I'd be made up with that. But you never know with Arne Slot. Just depends how much of an impression Carvalho has put onto the new manager anyway, to say the least. As well, chat, let's get to all your comments as well. Big up there, Everest. Carvalho is at least 30 to 35 million because he is young and promising, but we must keep him for the future as well. It's that course catching between, really. I do understand where Liverpool fans might be on the other side of that fence in relation to, all right, just get that money in. But in relation to Liverpool not already bringing in players, is it a case, let me know, chat, if you are watching on the repeat as well, are Liverpool waiting to sell players? I think that's a very dangerous game to very much be in, if that is the case. But we'll find out. In the days are ticking away. But as I said this week, it's probably anticipated that we are ramping up a lot more of our transfer moves. And considering that, obviously, the Southampton bid was made public, and obviously we've had the bid that was made public by Olympique Marseille for Endo, even though that bid was came in a couple of weeks back, and Liverpool rejected it. So the bids are coming in for players. I think from a business point of view, that is very promising in terms of relation to selling your fringe players, to say the least. But I think if the main thing for Liverpool, if we can get a good transfer fee for the majority of these players, then I think it would allow, obviously, Arne Slot, and not just to build on the current transfer budget that is there. And I know we all think to ourselves, is there a transfer budget, or are FSG just lying to us all, or whatnot? There will be money there to spend, because we've literally not spent that much in the last couple of years, really. So yeah, I think if we are going to be bidding for people in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, it will be sizable transfer bids anyway. But obviously, Arne Slot's still assessing his team anyway, as he said, and he's very. I loved his comments after the game last night, chat against Manchester United. It just shows the elite level understanding of Arne Slot. I know he's only been managing pre-season games, but it's that confidence and that inner belief, really, and that unhappiness, really. He's just come off the back of beating Manchester United 3-0, and he was pinpointing, and like you said, Chas, there was some difficulties as well in relation to a couple of times when we got caught in between, but it's that notion where he's always not happy, and that's what any elite level mindset, really, of a top coach, that's what you're wanting to do as well. Big up there, Matthias. 15 million is an insult. Carvalho has been a rock star on this US tour as well. Big up there, Panov, mate. How are we? 16 of yous in here, chat. Drop a like on the stream. Massively helps out. And subscribe if you are new, chat. Apologies, there's no Kev here tonight. I think he is gigging. So obviously Kev will be joining us tomorrow at 6:30. And apologies, it was a bit late here. Chas was just trying to sort the graphics out for tonight. I was a bit behind, so that'll be before I get sorted tonight. After tonight, I'll be doing a couple more graphics for a week to come anyway. So get on top of that. But in terms of, we spoke about the Carvalho bid, chat. In regards, a little one in relation to. It's not a rumour, it's not a link really to this player, but I just found it quite interesting. Wanted to garner your interest, really, and your thoughts. Federico Chiesa, obviously the Italian winger for Juventus. Obviously, according to journalist Mirko Di Natale from Juventus, are looking for a quick sale on the player for a reduced fee of down from 21 million pounds to 13 million pounds as well for Chiesa. The big one for anyone that does sign this player is obviously his injury record is absolutely tragic, really. But I think in terms of the player that you could get for 13 million, if I'm a Newcastle or if I'm a West Ham or I'm another team out there, obviously he might come with big wages. But I think that would very much be the blow would be softened in relation to the transfer fee that you would be paying. So that's 13 million for Chiesa in today's market. It would be a gamble for anyone that did bring him in, but it's a name that potentially we could see in the Premier League. Big up there, Geordie. Would you take him at Newcastle? Obviously, losing St. Maximum, was it last season or the year before, to obviously the Saudi League. I think he'd certainly improve on Mickey Almiron, or even add to that squad depth from West Ham as well. So the Hammers have been splashing the cash. So even an Aston Villa, it's got Champions League experience as well. So it's going to be one of them. Not that he's been linked to Liverpool, Chad. Just thought to just speak about it as well. Interesting player, but he's just been marred with injuries, really. But I think if he didn't have his injuries, it'd be certainly, his value would literally be 40, 50, 60 odd million anyway in the current market climate with in terms of football and transfer fees. But as Chiesa has been spent and he's closing in on the last bit of his contract. He has had so many injuries the last couple of years, so that's a risk you don't need as well. Yeah, it is a big risk, mate. In terms of Joe, we mentioned the players coming back anyway. Obviously the main lads, we mentioned that at the top of the show. Interesting one in regards to Curtis Jones as well, though, chat. He's got a couple of quotes really from him in relation to him saying that he knows he needs to score more goals and he is trying to improve. Obviously, the full extent of this article is in the description, chat, so go and check it out. I won't read it all out, but I just found it quite interesting because we know, and we and Kevin, when we spoke about Jones's performance last night, yes, it's a pre-season. You know my thoughts, chat. I back him to the hill, really. My scouser getting a goal last night as well. But I can understand where people were analysing his game last night and going, he's still improving. He's learning the new system. But Curtis Jones' own thoughts in terms of him potentially adding more goals to his game this season and in his overall general play. Goes on to add at lfc.com. I always said that I wanted to be the lad who scores goals and assists and helps the team. I just took it on myself, and I thought the first 20 minutes were coming in the press, or they were pressing us a lot, so I was trying to get the ball more. But as the game went on and more, they tired a bit, I saw the gaps appearing more. So I thought if I can get into the box more, I can nick myself a goal, and that's what I did as well. Obviously, fair adjusting amount of quads from solid. Just quickly add on to that. Obviously, in relation to him, hopefully adding to more goals, it's important that we could come here for a hard camp and train every day. It's hard. It's been hard and hot. But yeah, in relation to, I want to be adding more goals to my game in terms of the coming season as well. And if I can do that, I know if I can just work hard, then the goals will come. So it's going to be interesting, chat, in all honesty. Very, very interesting from Curtis Jones. I know the fan base is very much split, in all honesty, with Curtis Jones. But I think give him a couple more weeks, not just Curtis, but a lot of those Liverpool players in Arne football. I think it's looking very promising, chat. I know it's early stages, but I think the more we see of Arne ball, the more excited I know personally I do get, and I'm pretty sure all views are the same as well. Must agree, Carvalho has looked top class as well, Paul. 100%, mate. That's all you can ask for in terms of getting goals in pre-season, Paul. It just adds that couple. If Liverpool at the end of this window do sell Carvalho, I'm pretty sure these performances will certainly help any potential suitors and help. It strengthens Liverpool's hand as well. If we're actively seen to be playing them in pre-season with the idea, it's a bit like poker. Liverpool were playing really with some of these players, put them in the starting 11. Obviously, there's a couple of senior lads we are missing, but it benefits Liverpool and it benefits the players as well individually. So yeah, and Paul, as we spoke about last night, you never know if Carvalho stays at Liverpool, he might kick on this season. Might be the player that we all hoped and willed. Obviously, signing him from Fulham all those years ago. His injury is what concerns me. Otherwise, I rated him before in regards to Chiesa. I think that is, mate. Chiesa has spent that one. Big up there, Coin. How are we, mate? Hope you are keeping well, mate. Massive thank you for tuning in, lads. Matthias, the Times, Paul Joyce has now stated that Gomez remains committed to Liverpool and is focused on emerging as a key player under Arne Slot, but maybe Hughes and Edwards have other plans for him. Matthias, you've teed us up absolutely perfectly there, mate. So obviously, again, the link to obviously the articles and everything are in the description. So everyone do check them out. Give all the journalists all the support as well. But Matthias, yeah, it's an interesting development. Obviously, we've been quite vocal in terms of what we've all think about Joe Gomez. He is certainly a player in this Liverpool side that would very much complement. You can play left back, you can play right back, centre half as well. But in terms of one of the key assets, in terms of if Liverpool not needing sell to buy, but in regards to just depends how active we will be. If Liverpool aren't going to be bringing in a centre half, I don't think any of us want to be seeing Liverpool put into a position where, say, if we lose Gomez for like 40, 50 odd million, and then we don't cover that loss in regards to bringing in another centre half, then that would obviously push Nat Phillips up a place up more. Obviously, the loss of Joel Matip as well last season in terms of his contract running out. I think I've seen today is that deal not hit the blocks with Leverkusen, but Matip is supposedly exploring more options as well. But it'd be a good sign for Leverkusen if you got him. But it's going to be one of them chats. I think if Liverpool could get a very good fee, 50, 60 million, I think we might jump at it. But it's good to see the willingness from Gomez, though, chat. Obviously, that commitment from Gomez, give it 24 hours, he could turn around and say, yeah, I want to go anyway. But I think considering the good discussions he certainly would have had with obviously Virgil van Dijk, the captain, obviously Joey, he is the second senior centre half in Liverpool's team now. With Matip gone, Gomez is now the second most experienced centre half at the football club. With Virgil, then it goes him, and then it goes Canate in relation to the amount of games they've played for Liverpool. So if Gomez can stay fit, chat, and he can show that form in which he did last year, not just in terms of the left back position, but in terms of right back and where he played everywhere. But if Gomez can nail down a centre back position this season, like when we won the league as well, obviously it was a bit of a to and fro in terms of centre back positions in that season, but it's could look promising. But yeah, I'm mainly into when I see that story today from Paul Joyce. It was an interesting one to say the least. But I wouldn't be angry if we kept hold of Joe Gomez, because as we said this week, he's got certainly a lot of quality to show to Liverpool, and obviously he's going. But the main thing is with Gomez, stay fit, lads. If he stays fit, he walks into Liverpool starting 11, 100% in terms of our centre back positions. Same with Canate, but I think in terms of Arne football, I think Gomez's skill set does favour it a bit more than Canate. That's my own personal opinion, but let us know if you think different anyway. But we're very blessed to have the likes of Canate, Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, very high calibre centre half at the football club. Big update. It's Everest. I would love some activeness from the club's finances. Not going to lie. As your mate, all of us, chat, we would all want to be seeing Liverpool dip our hands in terms of our transfer kitty and go out. But I think it will be a matter of days, chat. We will literally probably wake up in the morning or obviously go to bed with probably a transfer story breaking, certainly on one of these days this week, whether it be an outgoing or it more or less might be, hopefully, fingers crossed, it might be an incoming. But I think by the way in which we spoke about the Carvalho deal today, the Gomez deal, saying that and looking like, as Paul Drees said, he wants to fight for his place, I think it will be interesting to say the least. I think we might be, not that we need the money to come in, but I think in terms of creating space within the squad, it will be very interesting to say the least. I think if we can maybe take out one or two players in this side, whoever that is, we'll find out in the coming days. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Redbeard, how are we, mate? Massive thank you for tuning in, mate. Besides, I can see other teams out there willing to pay the 45 million, as apparently Newcastle was in trade. Yeah, as we spoke about that, Matthias, as well, didn't we? Looks like Mark Gahey as well. I think Palace come out today. Don't know how accurate the reports were on this, but they are wanting, I think it was like 50 odd million up front from Newcastle, which is a lot of money up front. We know clubs don't have 50 million in the bank. like it's always subsidised by loans from the banks in terms of the big transfer fees that do get paid as well. But yeah, it's if you did get Gakey, I think Gomez would be a better suit for Newcastle personally. Geordie, let us know your thoughts. Who would you rather bring in? But chat, we still reveling in the good result last night as well. Yeah, it's always good to win that against Man United, isn't it? But in terms of Jones, we mentioned a little bit about his comments as well. Just quickly brushing up on the other stories. So we've mentioned Joe Gomez, Fabio Carvalho. Is anything broke as we are on live? Yeah. Fabio Carvalho. Yeah, so we've mentioned the Carvalho story. Obviously the other bid as well. I think we kind of that kind of slipped under the radar on the videos this week as well. Looks like the Pep Linders is wanting to get Bobby Clark. Obviously the 6 million bid did get rejected from Salzburg with Pep Linders for Bobby Clark. But I think the fee rumoured this week that Liverpool wanting and demanding for Bobby Clark is in the region of like 15 million, which is, for me, the type of quality Bobby Clark does possess as a central midfielder as well, or left winger. Can play. He's very adaptable anyway. But if we did put a buyback clause in that contract as well, I think it would be a very good move for Bobby Clark. But it just depends if Liverpool can do a bit more business in the team as well. Then I'd be a bit more happy in terms of losing some of the players, especially if we can get 15 to 20 odd million for some of the youngsters as well. Just strengthens really Liverpool's finances really in terms of any potential incomings, hopefully. But we'll have to see on that story as well, chat. Yeah, I think we've more or less covered it, chat. I really do apologise. Not going to be a long one tonight, but there's not been a lot of news really. But in terms of, we'll close out with the Man United game, chat. I was very happy as me and Kev spoke about it. Pre-season game is a pre-season game. You don't get any points for it, but what you do get is hopefully a bit of momentum to take into the Manchester United game in a couple of months' time anyway, or a couple of weeks' time, really. I know we played them very soon in, I think it was like the third or fourth game in the Premier League, so it'll be fastly approaching that deadline in regards to playing United. So I'm excited, chat. Yes, as I think was Matthias at the top of the show did allude to, like, we did concede chances, and of course it's pre-season. A lot of players, a lot of the senior lads are still missing. Andy Robbo as well. Another, obviously Andy Robbo's back. No, he's not back. He's still injured anyway. Apologies there, chat. But yeah, it's exciting, chat. The more football we see from Arne Slot, it's very different. It's going to take a while to get used to as well, but certainly we're on the Arne Slot hype train, to say the least, as well. But the main thing is what we all want to be seeing, the professional. I don't want to be watching pre-season games. We all want to be seeing Liverpool in the Premier League, and obviously we've got the Champions League draw on the horizon as well. But yeah, big up there, Daryl. Yeah, it looks like he's potentially going to Newcastle as well, mate. Just debating over the transfer fee, haggling really over the transfer fee. He could let Pep have Bobby Clark on loan. But yeah, Redbeard apparently, as I see in the reports this week, supposedly Liverpool only want to enter into a deal with not just Bobby Clark, but certain other players, a bit like Fabio Carvalho. In regards to that deal, Liverpool don't want to be loaning out Carvalho again. If he is to go, it's going to be a full transfer but I'll tell you what, if we can get 20, 25 million for Carvalho, or he could stay. We never know unless someone's got a crystal ball. But chat, as I said, we'll quickly round off here. Absolute legends. If you haven't already done so on the channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. A staggering 55.9% of people tuning into the channel and the episodes have not subscribed. Can we get up to 6k subscribers before the end of this weekend? It will be absolutely amazing as well. We've got an absolutely chocker-blocker set of shows planned this week as well. Obviously, more transfer shows, more just general tactical videos as well. Potential transfers coming in and out of the football club. We'll analyse, and we'll probably do a little bit of a transfer and budgeting episode as well, where we'll just add up the potential fees that we could get could generate in terms of incomings, in terms of squad availability as well, and more or less analysing the true squad depth within Liverpool's squad. Obviously, the gaping lack of quality in the sixth position so far. We know that's the main issue for Liverpool, but fingers crossed we can get it over the line in terms of some deals in the coming days, coming weeks as well. But Reds, have a lovely rest of your evening, into your weekend as well, chat. As I said, it's only going to be a little quick one. Well, say quick one, it's been half an hour. So if you're tuning in now, really do appreciate you all tuning in so far. You're absolute legends. If you haven't already done so, drop a like on the video as well. It is very much appreciated. Big up there, Matthias. We'll get to your last couple of comments as well, chat. It was stated that 3 Liverpool players were not involved versus Manchester United because they were subject to transfer interest. McConnell, Kay Gordon and Owen Beck have attracted concrete interest in their services. Yeah, I'm not too sure where that link was from Matthias, but if that is the case, then it would explain some of those players' absence within last night's performance. But yeah, chat, have a lovely rest of your weekends. Enjoy it. Go and smash tomorrow, whatever you're up to. We'll be live at 6:30. Hopefully Kev can join us for that one. But yeah, let us know on the post-match live comments as well. Do get your comments in. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think with Fabio Carvalho? Do you want more than a £15 million price tag on him? Or are you in the camp of wanting to see a bit more Carvalho at Liverpool this season? Please do let us know in the comment section below. Chat. Reds, look after yourself. You never walk alone. And as always, massive thank you for all the support over the last couple of weeks. You're absolute legends. And we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 UK time, GMT. See you later, everyone. Ta-ra.